guys, it's Alicia here, or the Diamond Stitcher as I go by on YouTube and Instagram. Hello, good morning or good afternoon, whatever time you are watching this video. I hope you're having a wonderful day. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm happy you are here. I hope you would consider subscribing and sticking around for all things diamond painting. I try to post 2 to 3 videos a week while I can, health permitting, and I would love to have you join the tribe. And if you're returning, thank you so much for your continued support. You know it means a lot to me. Couple disclaimers. It is a Sunday morning, and you may hear Abby voicing her displeasure. That's my ragdoll cat, because she wants in the bedroom where my husband's sleeping, and she wants on the patio. But it's too cold. I don't want to open the door. So we may hear her voice some opinions. I assure you she's okay. And then my husband might wake up halfway through this. So we shall see if I can get through it without much disruption. But I recently have a finish. I finished this one last night. I've been working on this for, turns out, 49 days. That's a long time. So Benedict Blue. This is my recent whip I've been working on. You may have seen it in a few different whips and on Instagram posts. This is from Diamond Art Club, and the artist is Catalina Estrada, and here is the picture of the original image. It's absolutely gorgeous diamond painting. When I first saw it, I knew I had to get it. I was kind of on a no-buy, but when I saw it, I thought, the bright colors is exactly what I need in my life, and I love the symmetry, and I just love the image. So, yeah, I got her on her first run. It is a square diamond painting, and exact dimensions are 50.8 centimeters by 75.7 centimeters. So that's kind of my go-to size. I actually even like a little bit smaller, like 65 centimeters on the length. That's kind of where I'm headed now. So this was a little bit big. I don't know about you guys, but I always find like that last row in my diamond painting, it's almost like it's never ending. It feels like it takes the longest, but boy, is it satisfying when it's finally complete. Especially this diamond painting, you're gonna see I did a lot of changes, which I find makes the diamond painting more of like a work project rather than just a relaxing project, but I absolutely love how it turned out. This is my logbook that I keep. I found this on Amazon for $12. I've seen it on both Amazon Canada and Amazon.com. All you have to do is type in diamond painting logbook and you'll have a bunch of options pop up. I like this one because of the flowers. And then this is a sticker I added that didn't come with it. That's a sticker I received from an artist called Roy Trin when I ordered some things from his Etsy shop. So I stuck that on there. But it has quite a lot of pages. I've got lots left here. And I like it because this entire page is the notes section. It says notes at the top, like that. I don't take many notes, so I just stick this big sticker there. And then I'll fill in some of this stuff. So this kit costs $98 Canadian. Remember, I am in Canada, from Diamond Art Club. I called this an expert kit. It is a lot of confetti, but what I consider the good kind, where you can still use a multi-placer. Like your confetti is like 2 or 3 diamonds, not single placing exactly. So it's a good type of confetti. But for a beginner to do this painting, I would say they probably would feel a little bit overwhelmed. I did start this June 24th, and I finished it last night, August 12th. If my math is correct, it's 49 days, which I think is about average, how long it takes me these days. I did take quite a few days off of this one. I didn't diamond paint every day. I can't because of my nerve injury. And when I can diamond paint, it's usually for not too long, maybe 20 to 40 minutes, depending on the day. So, yeah, they do take me longer than they used to. You're going to see I added a lot of crystals in here and a few glitter drills as well, and I'll show you those. Skills learned, I wrote down more practice at blinging. This is the most blinging out of a canvas that I've ever done. And I'm really happy with how it turned out. I had some speed bumps where I had to go back and pop diamonds off because I didn't like how it looked. But generally, how I envisioned it, like I kind of pre-planned where I was going to put crystals, it turned out well. Little notes down here. I said very little trash with the Diamond Art Club drills. So they do make their diamonds in-house now. So they have a little more control over quality. And I found there were very little trash, if anything. There were some diamonds with little air bubbles on the top, but not many. I don't think there were any with tabs. Tabs is what really makes a square diamond painting enjoyable or not, is when you have tabs, and I don't recall any of the Diamond Art Club drills having tabs, so that's good. The crystals though, I find with crystals, at least the ones I have, it's a hit or miss with the quality. Some of them were beautiful and they laid down really nicely, whereas others were full of tabs and it just was a headache. So yeah, but those were not, the crystals are not Diamond Art Club. They are from Oraloa or DP with Sparklers. I think most of them are from Oraloa. End product, I said keep. I am keeping this one, and yeah, it's the one canvas that I've really blinged up, and I can't wait to show you all. So before I get into the canvas, let's see what I used, because I have some favorite things now. I kind of went for a pinky purpley theme with this one, and that's just the way things happen. I wanted to show you this. I think I've done an unboxing. I don't know if it's actually been up yet. I have so many videos in queue to be uploaded, because I kind of did a bunch of pre-filming when I was feeling good. That's how I do it. I don't often feel good, so when I do, I try to film videos. That way, when I'm not feeling good, I can edit and upload them. So that's kind of how I work around my health and my channel. But this pen and tray holder is from Amazing Craft Shop. She is a USA-based small shop. She's been in the community quite a while, but she opened her own Etsy shop this year, where she makes themed drops with diamond painting accessories. These pen holders are one of the things she makes. She also makes custom orders with them. She makes cover minders and trash drill trays and a few other accessories that you can use with diamond painting. I absolutely love this. I use this with every diamond painting now. I can put 3 or 4 pens in here, and then I can put 3 or 4 different trays in this side, and I usually put some of my putty packs in there too, so everything fits nicely. Putty wise, I used 2 different putties during this diamond painting. I started off with Craft Pack Canada Sticky Tack. This is a Canadian small shop based in Ontario, I believe. I really like her putty. This is a putty. She calls it Sticky Tack, but it's basically a putty. I really like it. The scent is nice. This is my favorite scent from her, Cherry Blooms, and I just like the way it performs. It lasts quite a while. It stays sticky, and it's a bit softer, but it works. It almost works like a hard putty, a firm putty. So this is one of my favorites. And then a new small shop to the community, Creations Morin. They're also a Canadian shop based in Quebec, I believe. Reached out with this sample of a putty that she was going to be releasing. This one is a scent vanilla. Very nice putty. This is a bit firmer than the Craft Pack one, and a very light scent. It worked well as well. So I went between both of them. Every time I had to switch out putty, I used the other one. I've actually put an order in for more putty. She has, her Etsy shop is Creations Morin. I'm going to try and link all of these shops down below. It does take quite a bit of effort to do that and find all the links, but I will do my best. She is on Etsy, and she sells hand-turned diamond painting pens, actually, and also a variety of putties with scents in stock. So take a look at her shop. I do like her putties. So putties I always use in my multi-placer. That's my go-to. I love them. You can use them in your single placer too. I just don't. What I use in my single placer are glue dots. I don't have any here, but with glue dots, you just stick them in the tip of your single placer, usually with your tweezers, cut off any excess. Glue dots can be very sticky when they're brand new, so you just usually rub it on your clothes to get some of that sticky off. And I do not recall having to replace my glue dots in either of these pens for the entirety of this painting, so they last quite a long time. That's why I like using them with the single placer. And then I was using these fancy tweezers because I did have to pop some diamonds off, and a couple times I misplaced diamonds on the wrong symbol because I wasn't paying close enough attention. And I used these fancy tweezers. These were actually from Les Creations de Clos, which is another Canadian small shop. She sells licensed diamond paintings now from Quebec artists. She also hand turns pens and makes 3D printed diamond painting trays and other accessories, as well as sometimes she'll put these tweezers up for sale, and she puts a fun pattern on the side and covers it in a resin. So it's a little, I call it my fancy tweezers. So I use these to pop off diamonds. They've got the sharp tips there. And then my pen. So this pen is my favorite. Ever since I've received it, I've not put it down. to be honest. This is a pen from a small shop in the Philippines. It's called, I believe, Elite VP Pens. And Victoria Gomez is the owner, and she's based in the Philippines, and she creates these blanks. These are not hand-turned. I believe she uses a mold, but she creates really neat things. She's well known for this lava type pen where the inside will float back and forth, just like a lava lamp, I guess, right? Inside the middle there, there's, it's hard to see on camera, but there's pink tourmaline stones. And then there's some heart and star glitter inside, pink obviously. I like the pink. I don't know why. Pink's never been my favorite color, but as you can see in this, everything is pink and purple. Purple is my favorite color. But when I saw she posted this one for sale a few months ago now, I knew I had to have it. Now the thing with her shop is because they are in the Philippines, shipping to Canada is crazy. I went in with one other lady that lives close to me for a pen. She was already purchasing the pen and I jumped in on the order. We split shipping, but shipping for 2 pens from the Philippines to British Columbia was $80. Actually, I think it was $88. And then on arrival, we actually had to pay $25. It came by DHL and we had to pay $25 extra. So shipping is absolutely crazy. That being said, I'm really happy I did get this. This is kind of one of those products or pens that, you know, you get one and it's like a collector's item. You're going to have it forever. I absolutely love. One side is a tiny bit thinner than the other, and I love it. I haven't stopped using it, and I used it for this entire painting. Now, I did want to offer people, if you're interested in this kind of pen, I'm going to link her socials down below so you can see what other things she makes. She has a Facebook group as well as she posts her pens on Instagram. So you can just see the pictures. If anybody is interested in ordering from her, I don't mind being the contact person for a group order. The more people that would go in on a group order, the more economical it would be, the more, you know, if we're going to assume, if we did a group order that shipping might be around $80 to $100, you know, the more people we can divide that by, the better it is for everybody. And then, of course, if I receive them, I have to send them to you. If I'm going to send them with tracking, I think it probably would be about $15 Canadian. If I was to send it ground mail, it would only be the cost of the envelope and the stamp. However, there would be no insurance if it did get damaged from me to you. So that's a risk. But if there is anybody interested in her pens, let me know. Either leave it in the comment section of this video and let me know you're in Canada. If you're not part of my Facebook group, Licensed DP Fans Canada, join that and send me a message on Messenger. That's the best way. If you're interested in going in a Canadian group order for her pens. And that way I can gauge the interest and see if it would be worthwhile to do that. Absolutely love the quality and the craftsmanship of this is amazing. In it, I had my Diamond Art Club new 6 metal multiplacer. These are considered thin metal multiplacers. I absolutely loved it. I found that I was a little more precise with the placement of my diamonds during this diamond painting compared to the last square one I used with a different metal tip. So I like this. I'm sold. I do use Everlasting Tips single bent placers in my other end of all my pens. I just like the bent one. It takes a bit of pressure off my wrist. Everlasting Tips is a small shop in Australia that was the original creator of the stainless steel tips. So her multiplacer tips are a little bit thicker than these ones, and it just comes down to personal preference. One is not better than the other. It's just preference. This is the other pen that I used. I usually have 2 or 3 pens going at a time with something different in the multiplacer. This one I have the 3-placer again. This one's from Diamond Art Club. It's the thin one, and I put wax in that. So what I've been using for my wax is this. This is from Dream Wax Studio. They are a Canadian small shop in either Ontario or Quebec. I'm sorry, I'm kind of blanking. I feel like it might be Quebec. Anyway, she makes diamond painting putty and wax. I really like this wax. It's a beeswax. It has no scent. It's just a natural scent. I absolutely love the scent of natural beeswax. It smells almost like a campfire to me. It's very nostalgic, so I love this. What I like using this hard beeswax for is placing ABs, and I usually put it in a small multi-placer. I find it works good. It doesn't pull the wax out, and this kind of hard wax doesn't leave residue. So I really like placing ABs with it. So I'll always have a mini pen with a multi-placer with wax in it, and then a glue dot on the other side. Again, a bent single placer from Everlasting Tips. Trays, I used a few different ones. This has become a new favorite of mine. This is from Add More Zest. This is a UK small shop that this is her tray design. So this is specifically to her shop. Now she has 3 different sizes actually. This is the middle one. She has a smaller one, and then I noticed she has a max one, which I actually purchased yesterday. So I can't wait for that to arrive. I really like just the design of this tray. I was worried at first because of the small or short edges, but it actually works really nice. I love how it kind of funnels down. So I find when I'm diamond painting, because I do diamond paint on the couch, it can be a bit messy, but using this tray, I make the least amount of mess. So my husband really likes this tray too. I also love this tray. This is new. I bought sometime in the last month or 2, and it's from Shiny Shaza. She is a UK-based shop as well. I like the UK shops because shipping is reasonable. I think I could say safely it's under $10 when I buy from both of these shops. So yeah, it's a good deal for Canadians. You're not going to pay an arm and a leg for shipping. She makes these beautiful resin diamond painting trays, all different colors, all different designs. She usually has a few new ones up every morning, and I think she does take custom orders as well. I love this design. She has a few different shapes too, but I have a few different ones of like different shapes, and I like this one. It works well for me, and I like it because this one specifically is a bit translucent. So when I'm diamond painting in the evening, or if I've got a migraine and I have the blinds closed and it's darker during the day, my light pad will illuminate it through the bottom, and I can see the diamonds really easily. So I also use this tray during this diamond painting. And then I had this one, which is a Mooney made one. It's actually an oops tray. So every once in a while, she will collect a bunch of trays that didn't pass her quality standards, which I tell you are very, very high. And she will post them at a little bit of a discount. And that's usually when I get my trays, just because it's easier. You can just put a couple in your cart and check out without getting cart snatched. But I absolutely love this colorway that came. It's got like a mint, green on the side, yellow in the base, and a pink on the back. So this is her small size tray, and it's wonderful. So I went between the different trays. It just depends on what I feel like using during the day and what color the diamonds are too as well. If I was using a white diamond, I would opt for one of the Shiny Shaza or the Mooney made one instead of the white tray. So just depended. All just preference, right? And the wax again. So this is the little pen holder. I absolutely love it. As I said, it holds a few different trays. I also put my putty here, a package of putty, so it's easy to reach, a couple pens, tweezers, and my wax. So this pen holder is probably one of my favorite products I've bought from a small shop, to be honest. Now, what next? So what I am noticing, and because I finished this last night, I've come and I've kind of done this, whatever you call this, and I do notice some popping diamonds. I did go down with it with a roller, a plastic roller, but I find because these square grids are so tight now, the plastic roller doesn't really work for me. It's not really pushing them down. I have to do it by hand. And I have to, see, I just pulled one off there. Like, I have to go through the whole diamond painting. So I'm not sure if I'm going to seal this one. I don't know if it would help. I don't know why. Well, the diamonds might be popping just because it's tight in some areas. I do know when you use crystals from other companies, for example, the sizing might be a little bit different. So that could be the problem. But it's not horrendous. I am just noticing, like, when I think I've gotten all the diamonds down, I come back in a few hours and I feel like some have popped up. So that's just something to take note of. Again, it could be because of the mix with the special diamonds. You don't get as much quality control over them, right? So, and each company sizes their grid, and their diamonds could be a little bit different. And when you have a very tight grid, even the smallest difference will make a big difference in the end. But it's not bad at all. It's just something I've noticed with the tighter grid. So crystal wise, I used a whole bunch now. I also did use a few glitter drills. These are the ones that I used for most of the painting, and then I also had some in a bag here that I had to the side as like might use. I did use some glitter drills. So these glitter drills, let's see, I think they're from Mooney Made. These two purples are from Mooney Made for sure. I think these two are from DP with Sparklers. Yeah, I wrote DP there. So I know at least this one is from DP with Sparklers. So this kind of glitter drill is different than Diamond Art Club's Fairy Dust drills. These glitter drills have gold sparkle on the top. Whereas Diamond Art Club's Fairy Dust glitter drills, they don't have, the glitter on top is the same as the diamond. These ones have gold glitter on top regardless of the color, if that makes any sense at all. I did put some of these glitter drills in. Where did we put them? So I did put some in. You can kind of see in the middle of this flower. I did put some in here, some dark purples and blues, some pinks in here. I did some pink glitter drills kind of up around through in here. I didn't want to mix too many glitter drills because I wasn't sure. With special diamonds, you know, I did mostly crystals, and then of course the ABs have been charted in by Diamond Art Club already. I didn't want to add too many glitter drills because I didn't want it to be, I don't know the word I'm looking for. I just didn't want it to be too messy, but I think it turned out well. I think the glitter drills that I put through here look really nice, especially because it's gold glitter on top, and the outside of this circle, sorry, I forgot I zoomed in. The outside of this circle is all yellow crystals, so you can really see, there you can really see the shine there. So I decided to do a lot of crystals in this one. I like crystals. When I bling up paintings, I tend not to bling up with extra ABs. I tend to just use crystals and just recently glitter drills. But what I do, I don't swap in DMC for DMC because it's often hard to find, you know, matching DMCs in crystals. Not all the DMCs come in crystal form or other special drill forms. So a lot of the time it's just matching the color as close as you can to what is charted. So let me start at the top here. Well, actually, let me just show you these so I can move them. So I did some different blues here. These ones are all from Oroloa. So let's look at this because it's pretty full. You can see these ones are nice. I'm not seeing lots of tabs. There's not lots of trash in this color. They fit really nicely on this grid. There was a color that, well, this is one. This one is from DP with Sparklers. This one had a lot more tabs, I find. It's a little hard to see it through the bag, but once you put the diamonds down, you notice that the edges were bumpy, and if they're bumpy at all, with a tight grid, it's going to throw off your spacing. So I didn't use many of these, but there is an area in here that I did want to put these. These are a green, a 702 AB crystal. I tend not to do many AB crystals because I do find they tend to be more trashy, at least the ones that I've bought. And I don't know where the other one is that I had to fight with a bit. It was a green one. I think I actually finished it because I had to throw most of it away. But this is a similar color. This one's not bad. This is from Oroloa. You can see on the silver there. They are good quality. This green was another one that fit really nice. Was a nice quality. I really like Oroloa's crystals, I have to say. For the most part. I mean, nobody's perfect, right? Nothing's perfect. You will get some trash, but for the most part, I'm actually really happy with them, and that makes me happy because they do have a Canadian warehouse. So if I buy from Oroloa, they ship Canadian. This is another pretty red that was great quality. I really enjoyed, and this pink as well, placing these. When you buy from Oroloa and they ship from their Canadian warehouse, shipping is, whoops, darn it, that bag was not closed. I just threw blue crystals everywhere. Oh well. That's what my husband's for, right? When he wakes up. Honey, you got to vacuum. Yeah, so let's see how I kind of played along with this. Now I got blue crystals all over the place, you guys. What a mess. Oh well. Look. Oh my God, I spilled a lot more than I thought. Why was that bag open? Actually, I know why it probably was. I noticed when I was finishing up this canvas, one of my Diamond Art Club baggies had crystals mixed in. I think I forgot to put them back in their original spot. I just don't want them to go flying. Okay, so let me zoom out a tiny bit. So off the bat, what I did was up here, I decided to put crystals all kind of in the center, moving outwards. And then I decided on the outside just to put the normal DMCs. I didn't want to do it all of a crystal. I thought it might be too much, but I ended up liking how it turned out. These colors were really nice to place. You can see there a little bit of the shine on them. They just provide just a different dimension. And then up here, this yellow kind of element, I don't know quite what to call it, at the very tips, it had like a mustard yellow charted in that I really did not like. So I switched that out for yellow crystals. So just at the very tops of that, you can see it's yellow ABs. That was charted. And then at the tips, I just put yellow crystals. I thought it looked a lot better. And I did the same there. Because this painting is very symmetrical, I tried to, of course, make my changes symmetrical. Through here, I originally had all of the Diamond Art Club diamonds charted down, but I didn't like it. It wasn't popping for me. I just didn't like it. So I actually went back and I took out all of these diamonds. I had to pop them off with those tweezers, and it was such a hard job that I actually got a blister. It's kind of healed now, but my finger was a mess. That's the hard part, is when you put diamonds down, you don't like it and you have to pop them off. But I'm really happy with how this turned out. I think it turned out really nice. You can see that shine there. I think you'd call it like filigree, right? Pattern. I can't say that word. Very nice. I put some red crystals around this element. I thought that would pop. I really am happy with this for sure. That's one of the things that I was really happy that I spent like an hour popping diamonds off. Sorry, I just keep finding blue crystals everywhere that I spilled. This little heart, I added some different pink crystals. I'm happy with how that turned out. On the outside, I have some of the charted DMC, and I think it looks really good. In the leaves over here, at the time, I didn't have as many greens. I had put an order in once I started the painting for some extra colors, but I went with this one I had, and I like how it turned out. So I did the outside, you can see, and then I think I filled in one leaf with what was charted, and then I'm like, you know what, let's make the dark green crystal too. So I went in and popped out the dark green, and I made that a dark green crystal. I like the effect. I like how it turned out on the other side as well. Just makes those leaves pop a little bit. These little pink flowers off to the side here, I originally had some crystals charted in there, and it looked awful. I didn't like it, and I think it's because this flower is so tiny that the way it's charted is very particular, and when you put the crystals in, it just looks stupid. So I popped all the crystals back out and put the regular ones in. Then in the birds, so I blinged out her face a little bit. I blinged out their beaks. You can see the yellow there in their beak. They got black crystals in the eyes, and then under their chin, I did some pink crystals. And in their wings, they had some pink ABs and then the white fairy dust diamonds charted in. And then I just added a bunch of blue crystals just for fun to give the wings some depth. I like how it turned out. I actually forgot about these purple flowers too. This purple flower, I originally didn't have anything in it. I went back and put the outline here that you see. It's actually another kind of a crystal AB. Has a very pretty shimmery effect. And then I also went back in and I put some purple glitter drills in the middle there as well. I really like how that turned out. So that's one that I had to go back in and I had to pop all those diamonds off. It just, you know, my eye kept going back to it and I didn't like it. So I fixed it. And then in the tail here, I continued with some crystals. This is also something I did. So when I was working on this canvas, once I got to these tail feathers here, it was really hard for me to like picture it when I was doing the diamond painting. So I originally had a lot more of the Diamond Art Club charted diamonds down, but I wasn't liking it because I put so much bling up in this bird, and then the feathers were normal. I just thought the feathers should be sparkly. So I went back in, popped a whole bunch of diamonds off there and added some. I'm not really a fan like of the sharp contrast from this pink to the fairy dust, but I left it. It looks good enough for me, but I tried to blend it as close as I could to what Diamond Art Club charted, and you can kind of see here, so I have some purple, and then it goes into the pink. So I think that blended really nicely, but again, you're limited in what colors of crystals you can have. And of course I did the same on the other side with the feathers. Now the feathers on this side, which I thought was interesting, were a bit different for a painting that's supposed to be, or that appears to be very symmetrical. Like they have two long white feathers along here, but on this side it had some crystals it had some colors charted in here. So in hindsight, maybe I would have just made this all white so it matched the other side, but I'm not popping off any more diamonds because that's hard work. And then we got to the centerpiece here. This is where I had fun with all of that yellow. I absolutely love how it turned out. Absolutely gorgeous the way it sparkles. So I've got yellow, I've got red in the top as well, and then a nice magenta in there. There's some of Diamond Art Club's ABs charted in. I left some of the pinks in the middle here. I didn't want it to be too overpowering. And then through here, as I showed earlier, I have some of the glitter drills and then some more blue and yellow crystals there. Glitter in here, red outlining. These flowers off to the side here, sorry, just the way the filming arm is. I struggled with these ones. Again, this was one that I went back after and popped a bunch of regular diamonds out. I just didn't like the way the crystals that I had laid down, I just didn't like the way they looked. Originally, all of this orange was a regular DMC orange. Originally it was this color, this orange here, and it just didn't look good with all of the yellow crystals I had. So I went and put the orange crystals in, and then it still looked a little bit funny. So what I did was I went in and popped off a bunch more regular diamonds and put in two different shades of green. Well, one is kind of a yellow and the other is a green. And I think it looks a lot better on this side as well. I think it looks a lot better. I'm not going to fuss with it anymore. I put some pink glitter drills in the middle as well, but it's good enough that I'm happy with how that turned out. And then where are we here? Here I put some red crystals, a little flower in the middle. Again, I had these two little pink flowers. Oops, neither one is in frame. Here we go. So the same pink flowers that were up there on both sides, I left those alone. Then we had more leaves, so I did the same as I did up there. I did light green crystals on the outside with dark on the inside. I had a lot of fun with these blue flowers. They're probably one of my favorite flowers in this painting as far as blinging up goes. I think they just turned out really nice. The way they were charted was really nice, so that when I swapped out the crystals, it just made it look really nice. And then down here, I went big for the last ones. These ones too, so the whole outline is a red crystal, and then it has the ABs already charted in, but I just said, why not just throw in the rest of the crystals? So I did that, and same thing here. I actually had some down. I had it originally to look like these ones with just the bling kind of between the petals like that, but in this color I didn't like it as much, so I went back and popped things out, and I just put in a bunch of different colors that I had. I'm really happy with the overall effect and how this turned out. I'll kind of pan it so you can see the whole thing this way. I'm really happy with how this turned out. And then what I did this morning before I filmed this post review is I painted the borders. So I paint the borders with a black acrylic paint. It's a little bit glossy, as you can see there. I use a foam brush. I do not put tape on my diamonds. I just very carefully go along the edge of the diamonds, and then I'll bring the paintbrush back along to the outside edge, and then I trim it down. I think this is maybe ½ an inch or so. I don't know. It's a bit more than a centimeter. That's just what I like. And then I will, sorry, another diamond popped off here. I will hang it up in the area that I hang things. And I will take a photo and insert that at the end so you can see where I hang things for those of you that are new and haven't seen. My husband allows me to hang the diamond paintings in the bathroom. So I have a system where every time I finish a new diamond painting, I hang it up, put the other one away, gift it, or toss it, depending on if I want to keep it or not. I'm really happy with how this turned out. I love the crystals. It just gives it extra bling, extra shine. I wish I could put it by a window. You can really see all that bling, but can't wait to see it hanging up for a little while. I think it'll bring me a lot of joy. I need something bright and happy in my life. So as far as leftover diamonds, I didn't run out of anything. Now, none of these bags are closed because I actually went in and removed all the cardstock. I usually put cardstock in these bags so they stand up nice and straight. Before I filmed the post review, as the paint was drying, I kitted up my next one. So this is pretty standard for diamonds left over for Diamond Art Club. Sometimes you get a little bit more depending on the color. Again, I might have more leftovers because I also, for example, this color, I put a lot of crystals in its place. So remember that. But yeah, I didn't run out of anything. Nothing was close to running out of. I have a lot of this left. I am going to save this one. I typically don't save my special diamonds because if I ever were to run out, Diamond Art Club does send extras as part of their lifetime warranty. So I don't keep them anymore, but these are fairy dust, and I have, this is about 1 full bag and a half left. So I'm going to keep these because I can see myself using these in another painting. These are Diamond Art Club's glitter drills. I don't know if it's going to come through the camera there. I'm trying to get the sun on it so you can really see that sparkle. But what they do with theirs is they match the glitter coating with whatever diamond the DMC is. So this is a white, so they match the glitter on top with it. There's no other color in here for me to show you, but for example, in one that I'm going to be sneak peeking soon, it had an orange fairy dust diamond, so the glitter on top is orange. And it's a very fine glitter. It's not chunky. It's very pretty. And it just adds another dimension to the painting. So yeah, this is how I set up. This is how I kit up. I kit up into baggies again. I usually have cardstock in each little baggie so they stand up nice and straight. I stick a little dryer sheet in there as well. Just a cut piece of dryer sheet. You can kind of see it here. It just helps prevent any static from accumulating and get rid of any static that was present when I kitted up. And yeah, this is from the dollar store. I just pop them in numerical order. I use the entire sticker, so I pop them in order from serial number, and that's just how I do my diamond painting. I also print out a copy of the sticker sheet. That way I have a paper legend. They usually call that a walking legend. So if I can't always see the legend on the canvas, I have this for easy reference. I recommend doing this. It's made diamond painting a lot easier. But yeah, the way I kit up in numerical order like this, it's very easy for me to whip through a diamond painting. So yeah, this is my recent finish. Super, super happy with it. This post review turned out to be very long. I'm sorry about that, but it's a beautiful diamond painting and I couldn't wait to share it with you guys. I will go hang this one up and I'll insert a picture. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Whatever day this goes up, I hope it's a wonderful one. And until the next video, happy diamond painting. Bye.